this, you'd have to get a certifiable truck back in that station, and then have them come re-inspect it, get it back online, and get ISO to re-recognize it. But chances are we've lost that one as far as an ISO review is concerned. But I mean, it was just understandable. It just got lost in the paperwork.
But I mean, yeah, would it be, are you talking about a mile or two there, or how far?
I think it's about 2 miles, 2.5 miles south.
You think?
And I don't know how far that would extend. I don't know how many people are that far down
Would it be that,
in our county.
would it work if we put that truck we just
I
got
need
in
to-
there and
I
just
need to
save
check.
it?
Well, I need to check and see what the advantages would be. I may even be able, I don't know, but being, I'll talk to Britt, but being they have their engine, which is their main response truck, I may be able to outfit that truck that's in that building with the necessary equipment and turn it into a certifiable truck. Not have to buy a truck, just put equipment on it. Because right now it don't have the equipment it's supposed to. If it was a certifiable truck. So I'll check with Britt on that, but I mean, that's probably gonna happen with the review, is we'll lose that. Nothing we can do about it. I mean, he asked the question, I had to tell him.
Oh, yeah.
That was all there was I could do with that, but, anyhow, we'll work on that and see what comes about, as far as that station, what I can do with it to get it back online. I'm really gonna wait till the review gets back and see if he did drop it.
Okay.
And if he did, the review won't be back probably till next month, So, I'll check on that and come back to the next meeting with what I found out about it. But, at least we're gonna help the entire city and county with their ISO, with this new district plan. And, last but not least, we went and picked up a truck, we found a truck. I found several trucks, but they're about all of them snowed in up north, and we're needing one now. So I found one in Greenville, South Carolina. Randy and I went and picked it up on the 1st of February, on Saturday, and drove it back. They were asking $9,900 for the truck and all the equipment except the hoses. There's no hose on the truck. But they accepted a selling price of $7,500. So we paid $7,500 for the truck and drove it home. Only thing happening on the way home was the windshield wiper on the driver's side quit working, which I've already fixed that. And it needs a new shifter. The shifter button, it has an automatic, but it has push buttons instead of a lever. And the buttons are wore out, and I've ordered a new button panel for it. I ordered a new hose for it, new nozzles. That was all I had to get, other than a pair of bolt cutters and a double male fitting to make it certifiable. We're going to have said and done, purchase price, repairs. I took it over to Danny over there. He had an air brake problem, cost us $100 to remedy that. We're going to have around $11,000 in the truck total. New hoses, new nozzles, all the equipment certifiable, ready to go. So that ain't too bad. That was within our budget. And also the city, I went to them to see if they were willing to pay half, and so far they've said no. So I'll leave that up to y'all if y'all want to pursue that any further. I advise them that the station down on Moore Road was a sister station in Lakeland. It's going to be Lakeland Station 2. It will be operated by Lakeland firemen, will be toned by Lakeland Fire Department. So it's actually just another part of Lakeland, but they didn't see it that way. Or the mayor didn't see it that way. I didn't say they. I take the they back. The mayor didn't see it that way. He sees it as a county station. So anyhow, I'll move forward on that and let y'all, if you want to pursue half the purchase of that truck or whatever. But as far as the rest of what's going on, I think that's just about it.
Sorry, Mr. Chairman, I just had a couple of things. The city, I spoke with Diana, and she said that since her workman's comp audit and everything, anyone coming in on our county property as the inspections on the fire trucks, we need proof of general liability on them. We need to be getting proof of that when they come on the property. So I just wanted
But
to-
is he with the state inspector you're talking about?
State inspector.
You would just need some kind of.
He's with Georgia Standards Firefighter Training.
He probably got in the car, just need to get a copy of it.
Did Diana talk to you about it?
No,
She hadn't yet, well, they approached her about it, said anybody that comes on there, we need proof of general liability or what coverage that they have, just in case something on the property happens.
Oh, okay. As far as I know, he's the only one that come. I mean, does this mean everybody that comes on the property?
Because she said that, she mentioned that it was the inspections for the fire trucks and everything.
All visitors, all
If they come on to do.
citizens, I mean.
Well, no, if they come to do work.
If they come
on
to do
the property,
work.
We need a proof of general liability on it, in case there's.
I need to talk to her, because I mean, I'm wondering if that would go right on down like people that do community service. They work, you know, people
No,
come to me,
it's
watch fire
companies.
trucks.
General liability is companies and things that come on your
Oh,
property to do
company.
work.
Any company doing work.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I'll talk to her about it.
Okay,
Yeah.
one other thing, Gary, is on the fuel bills, I'm only getting the top sheet. Can I get the entire bill when you turn it in?
I can bring you, they mail a whole envelope, I'll bring you that entire thing, because
Yeah.
I don't use it.
I just need the entire bill.
Yeah.
All I'm getting is the front sheet. So,
Well, I mean, I'm doing this off the computer,
okay, about the entire bill.
off the, you know, the online service.
Right.
But they mail, I'll bring you the entire mail packet if you want.
That's what I need. That's what I have on the other departments.
Okay,
So,
I can handle that. I'll bring it to you.
thank
I
you.
guess my question, just going back, just so everybody understands, we've gone from the districts to one fire service.
One fire district. We still have Stockton Fire Department, Mud Creek Fire Department, Teeterville Fire Department. They all still named the same. It's just now they don't have their own district. We're all
Is
one
that
district.
something we need to vote on, Suzanne, or how, I mean, how, it just happened, you know, that, I mean, I know it's for the best of the community, but should we vote on that, or is that?
I don't see.
No, that's just the fire chief's
As far as I know,
discretion.
it's just, as far as the ISO is concerned, it's just one district.
Okay. I mean, I just didn't
And
know.
what they named the new, he wrote it down, he said, what do you want to call it? I said, call it the Lakeland Lanier Fire District.
Okay. So
That's
that was
all
just in the everyday
Covers the
business
entire
of the
city and
fire.
county.
That's only for insurance purposes, right?
Right, insurance purposes, all the stuff. Yeah. So the insurance companies were calling me, especially down in Stockton, for somehow their district shrank. The last one I talked about was Bennett, Neil Bennett, was 3 miles from the station, but couldn't get coverage. And I'm like, ladies, it's only, I went down and measured it, he's only 3 miles from the station. And she said, well, according to your maps, district map, he's not even in the district. I said, well, I don't know what happened in the district. But that was the reason for the whole review, because the district shrank, and I was having people couldn't get their insurance they was entitled to, you know.
Okay.
Now with all one district, he said with this, he said you can forget the insurance company's calling, because now they just go to their county and it'll just say, the whole county will just, no more dividing lines. But you still have to be within 5 miles of the station to get that 9 rate.
Anybody else got
Yeah.
any questions?
Jimmy, you would know how far it is to the south part of the county from the fire station there now, north of the railroad track. You think it's over 5 miles down to,
I hadn't measured it, but where we used to live at Ralph, where Sewer Doherty lives there,
yeah,
it used to be a little 5 miles from Stockton. But I mean, that's what my daddy always said, I never measured it.
that's
I had to
less,
just measure it, because Connell's gonna be further, he's gonna be down past where we used to live, almost the county line, down that dirt road to the left, about 2 miles in that dirt road.
Gary, you said it's by the road that.
It's
measure,
road
not the
miles.
straight.
What I'll do is I'll go down there and measure from the new station to the old station and get that measurement. Then I'll start measuring the old station on down to see how many people it's gonna get out of it. If we lose it, how many people's gonna lose, you know, lose that, so. And then we'll have a count, you know, and a kind of an idea what's
And
going on.
when will you get that report in that, when you'll know if they actually.
I don't know that ISO review, I look for it to be back, in the next month, because the inspector's coming, the 21st of this month to inspect the new station with the new truck in. I done called him, so I said, the truck's ready, it'll be in the station, ready to be inspected, so he's coming like 21st. And then I've already listed the new station with the ISO. The man said, well, let me go ahead and list your new station, that way when you get inspected, we'll already have it on our list. In other words, I'm speeding up the process of getting this new station certified,
Right.
getting it out there. So I look for that to be back after the 21st, which might be like the 1st of March, you know, something like that.
Well, I think we need to, work on that, and if it does actually reduce, their
Right.
coverage down there, I think we need
But
to.
I'm pretty sure
try to
that-
Get back in service that other station to take those.
The worst case scenario would be simply get a truck in there that's certifiable, which would be another little engine, put the equipment on it's supposed to have, and then have a matter of just having it re-inspected and reinspected. That's the worst case scenario right there.
I mean, do we still have the truck around that was leaking or whatnot, or is it, you taking it completely out of service, but
Which one?
I don't know, one at Mud Creek, or used to be out there, or is that one? Teeterville?
Number two.
Number was leaky?
Well, I think
Oh, that, you talking about, is this something recent?
it's no, well, I think it was a while back, but, I didn't know if there was a truck you could put in there temporarily
Oh.
and stopped, and that we
Oh,
had
no,
somewhere
no,
to.
no, I don't have a temporary, I don't have a, but the thing I'm thinking is they may let us outfit the truck that's in it, being they already have a main response, and that station is actually their station too, just
Right.
like we're having.
Right.
And being their main response is their engine, they may not need all that down there too, because it ain't a separate fire department, it's still
Right.
Stockton Station too. I'm gonna check with
If you
Britt,
put all the equipment on it, it might be that
It
way.
might be, okay.
I'm gonna check with Britt and see what it'll take.
So the truck's okay? we
The
just-
truck,
we
if
need more equipment.
the state will allow, see, the state won't allow knockers or fire tenders to be first response trucks, but Stockton has a first response truck, their engine. So, being that's another station, he may let me, you know, just outfit it with necessary equipment and say, okay, yeah, just outfit it, we'll inspect it, put it back on. But I'll know something by next meeting what all's going on with that. Sure.
Anybody else? All right, well, thank you for that report, and thank you, Randy, for making the long trip to drive the truck back too.
We got out of town. That's a long trip with a fire truck there, but it wasn't as far as Lodi, New York on the last one.
I got to see snow.
Got to see snow.
Yeah, on the side of the road.
I see Bob, you have a call.
Yeah, no, he's not here, but he just, continuing to address some minor drainage issues on the roads. I think we're pretty well saturated. Maybe we can get a week or two to dry off, but hauling dirt and just draining, addressing some minor, cross drain culvert issues, but, other than that, he's really hoping for a little bit of dry weather.
Right, and I know that, I just know, I had one call on Atticus Road again, so they said the pipe there needed cleaning out, and I don't know if they spoke with Bob, but they asked me to follow up and make sure that it got cleaned.
Okay.
And then, of course, we're still trying to finish, the dirt work there for the basketball court. And
Yeah.
Just try to get him, I know it's wet, but.
And that's what I talked with him last week, and he was hoping it'll dry out this week. We've been in touch with the city to be able to, we're ready to devote the manpower and the dirt to get it level, but it's, I know the city will still have their paving machine tied up, but, hopefully this week it'll dry out, and we can get our guys out there to get it compacted and, level for the paving.
Anybody got anything we need to pass on to Tony or Bob about roads that need attention? Okay, Randy, you give us the EMS report, please?
Yes, sir. For January, we had 113 calls. Of those, 69 were in Lakeland, 3 in Teeterville, 9 in Mud Creek, 13 in Westside, 11 in Stockton. The others were scattered out throughout the county, throughout surrounding counties. We called for assistance 9 times this month, and we assisted other counties 3 times. Of those patients, 20 came to Lewis Smith, 50 came to South Georgia Medical Center, and the rest were area hospitals around us. We actually transported 81 patients.
Out of those 9, just, was that something that Deep South helped with? or-
Deep South did, I think, all 9 of them.
Good. Anybody else, Randy? Well, that's working out well, and if they were able to handle all 9, then.
Right. The times that they can't help us has been far and few between, but Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, they do dialysis calls, and their trucks are already busy on dialysis. And it's just happened where I called for help, and on those days, and they couldn't come, but it managed that we were able to handle it ourselves without calling for other folks. It's getting there. Everybody working together and planning it's finally coming together.
Well, I'm glad you give us this sheet we can look at instead of us trying to write all that down.
All right, then, thank you for that. Anybody, anything for Randy? John, you wanna give us the Parks and Recreation update?
Activities for January include basketball, all age group of basketball, began a new tumbling class, karate continued, and we're very busy preparing for baseball, softball, t-ball. We also placed a bid and one to host the district, 8-0 softball, so we'll have district tournaments at our place mid-June.
Mid-June for softball, is it?
District.
Which field will they be playing on?
1 and 2.
1 and 2. Okay. I've had a couple of calls about getting some dirt out there on, I don't know, the high school softball field.
Well, I've talked with the AD, and what she was requesting is something I don't know if we can actually do. She wanted a different infield.
But anyway, well, we'll talk with them and see what we need to do. But I think they just asked for some dirt hauled off so far for me. But anyway, we'll get there. Anybody got anything? Park and Rec?
Did you get the equipment closed in, or did you get a bid on it?
I have bids on it. We'll stick a shock on the bid, so we'll have to discuss those bids on several items.
Can we get those bathrooms in working shape before this tournament?
Yes, ma'am.
No, I was asking the board.
Yeah, go ahead. Well, what do they need, John?
Replace them.
They need to flush, they need to be
Yeah.
clean.
Well, and I've had, and I don't know if we need the help, but I mean, the mayor has said that he would be glad to send Mayo down there to help get things working. So, I mean, if we need to call on them,
But
let's call on them.
we're approaching our busy season, so we'll be calling on it.
Okay.
What kind of, you said she was wanting to redo the field, what is she wanting to do to it?
For youth recreation ball, we want a soft infield. She want a very hard compacted infield. And that would be changing it from what's down there now, we put field down there, we purchased just regular infield dirt from Scrooge. What she talking about doing is, it's called mud. It's like when it dries, it's real hard, it cracks if it's not wet. We don't have that. It's more of a sandy base what we got.
We don't have that kind of dirt in the county, do we?
No, we have to buy that. You have to buy that kind of, mound place. Mound place, what it's called.
Okay. Well, we have to talk about, that, and see if we can come to some kind of compromise or whatever, or agreement on that. I know, I guess I've had a call, I don't know, Don, you put down here fundraiser account. I know we've had some calls from individuals about the money that was raised by them, Tanya, I mean, you're part of that group, correct, on fundraising? So, we've had some calls about diverting our attention to the concession stand that's needed down there, and you want to speak, or tell me what, anyway.
Well,
Okay.
what we were asking was, I talked to, Jamie and Keith and whatever, and, if we could just get maybe one of those portable buildings. But now, some people have told me it'd probably be cheaper. I know there's a couple people that have volunteered just to build it. And I talked with Franklin, I think Franklin called you, and, to maybe help everybody is put it right there under that big oak tree in between the two fields. Because softball, I mean, as much as the schools down there and the rec department, we need a concession stand down there. So that's kind of what we were seeing, if y'all would all agree that would be a problem for us to take that money there.
I mean, I think originally when y'all started with your fundraising, the money, it was for this concession.
Yeah, but
Bathrooms,
And bathrooms. Okay, well, anyway, we need to, whatever we need to do to work toward that, if we need to get all those together and have a meeting or anything, or whatever.
from my understanding, it was kind of on y'all. If y'all didn't have a problem with it, then we could start moving in that direction to get bids and prices and stuff.
John, that's what the intention all along, to get that replaced down there, right? Is that what she's talking about under the oak tree?
From my understanding, we stood a meeting last week, and Chris, the softball coach, had said she would get the label. The city and county would supply the materials, and of course, those funds were the first thing they discussed in terms of supplying materials. So that's when the conversation between Tanya and Keith, Ralph, and Jamie, that's when they talked.
Okay, all right, so we're working on it, and we'll keep working on it. Just give me a call or whoever, and we'll work toward getting that to happen.
Okay.
Because, y'all, like I said, y'all got the money raised to build it, so.
Well, and some of the other parents in that meeting that night discussed that there wasn't enough money there, that we would do some fundraisers to try and help put with it too, and us all work together, because it's gonna benefit it. It's gonna benefit the school and the county too, with it being down there.
Anybody have any thoughts or suggestions there? Okay. Well, just keep me updated, and whatever I can do to help, I will.
Gotcha, thank you.
There was one down there one time that got burnt down, is that right? Years back. They were trying to build a mobile one, pull in and out. Well, that may be far-fetched, but just to keep it from vandalism. Just an idea.
Amy, you want to speak on family connection?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Family Connection does a county profile once a year, and so this is our new county profile, and all of our things that we look at include healthy children, children ready to start school, succeeding in school, stable families and strong communities. As you see at the top, it gives you your total population compared to the state of Georgia. It gives you the individuals in poverty, which were at 23.5 compared to the state of Georgia at 19.2. I'm not going to read everything to you, but I'm just going to point out some of the most maybe important or ones that really stand out. Under the healthy children and something, this is really shot up for Lanier County and something that Family Connection, the next time we meet, I'm going to have to show to everybody, and we're going to look at if it's something we're really going to start working on, is our teen births. We're at 52% for Lanier County, the state of Georgia at 37.9. That's girls in between 15 and 19 years old. The other ones, you'll see the students who graduate from high school on the second page, which is children succeeding in school, that we are higher than the state of Georgia, but now that rate has just changed with how they decide that. But I still, I think they only have the year before to compare it to now, because they have a different rate of how to check it. The other one on here that is alarming for Family Connection, and remember what we do is we find these areas of opportunity, and then we try to work on ways that we can fix this in the community. So I don't mean to be Debbie Downer. There's some good things in here. My job is just to find the ones that are alarming. Teens ages 16 through 19 not in school and not working. We're 28% of the state of Georgia at 11. This is big for our whole community when it comes to our economy and having a good workforce. On the last page is stable and self-sufficient families. This one I thought might be interesting for the county to know. Children living in a single-parent family were higher than the state of Georgia, and this is a new one that they've put in here. And I get a lot of the calls and people I deal with fall under this category. But children living in families where no parent has a full-time year-round employment, that's where they may be in construction or something like that. So they'll call me and they can't pay their power bill because they haven't worked in the last couple of weeks, but they're just starting back up. We're higher than the state of Georgia in that area too. Under strong communities, Adult education, that's a high school graduate or higher, we're at 74%, where the state of Georgia's at 84%. Children living in poverty, we're at 37%, the state of Georgia at 27%. However, if you're anywhere making down, you're high in children living in poverty for the state of Georgia. The only places that are lower are up in North Georgia. Another one that may be interesting for you too, home ownership, we're at 64% with 66% for the state. But anytime any of you need any data for Lanier County, that is my job, and it's a resource that I'm supposed to offer to anybody in the community, so please let me know. I can get that for you, man. Tables, charts, bar graphs, anything that you may need. Do y'all have any questions on any, and there may be things on here too that, you know, I didn't point out, and that you, like I said, good things, crime rate, you know, that's lower than the state of Georgia. So there are some things, our unemployment is lower than the state of Georgia. But anyway, anytime you have any of these questions, and some of these things may be able to help you, help the county with other things, it tells us a lot too about our rec department and how important that is because of our children that are living in poverty and living with single families. It is important. January, this past January, we did have Books and Pajama Family Fun Night. This is an event that a lot of times we kind of steal our ideas from other communities. This idea was birthed in our community, and the state's Family Connection Collaborative has found out about it, and they're going to do a story on it, and so to try to get other communities to do it. But basically, we do it at the primary school gym. Have the gym full of families that come in their pajamas, and we give them books to read. We read books, have a teacher that reads books to them. Everybody gets a free book when they leave. We have hot chocolate and cookies, but it's just a really great way to promote family literacy and the importance of reading. This next month, February the 28th, or not next month, this month we're in, we're working on career fair at the high school. I'm changing that up a little bit too, because the high school is more directed on career pathways. So instead of the kids just walking in there and walking around and visiting every career, they're going to go more towards the, if finance is something they're after, then they're going to be visiting with the bank more than the kid that's looking at a nursing pathway would probably not be visiting with the bank booth. So, and they're going to have questions that they have to sit down and talk with these people about. So it'll help them with their careers, figuring out their career. Any questions?
Sure, I think just one, just clarification. On your information you got there where it's got number, is that the actual number of
Yes.
cases or individual or whatever?
Yes, that's the actual number.
And then the rate compared to state rate. Okay.
Right. And some of these, I think they may, like,
While you're looking at that, and I was going to ask you, the very last one, voter participation, you got 70.2%, but 2,991 participants, and the population is 10,066. I'm not making
I
a
don't know,
correlation.
yeah, I see exactly what you're saying. I'll have to ask about that.
And that's why I
That's a
asked
very
if it
good
was the actual
question.
number. I just
Yeah,
saw that.
yeah, it is the actual number, so I don't know, if it's registered voters,
That's true.
it's probably what it is.
That's it. Okay.
And 70% participation?
It's what they have for 2012.
Well, the November election normally is a higher percentage. It's presidential year, so they
And
base
see,
it on
when they're
that,
saying
probably
voter
kind of
participation
close.
too, I don't know what election that's coming from either.
It had to be,
Could just be
it had to be a
people
November general election.
Could just be people registered too, not necessarily participation.
Very good, like you said, information. as far as-
But yeah, anything like that, like if you wanted in more depth, that information, I can find that out for you. Okay? Thank you.
All right, thank you. You always have a lot of very useful information. Let's see. Donnie, you want to give us our financial report next?
Yes, everyone should have a copy in your folders. As of January the 31st, our general fund expenditures are 49.96%. At the end of the 7th month, we could be at 58.33 or less to be on target with our budget, so we are under. Our squash budget is at 47.29%, and our revenue, we collected a pretty good bit in December and January. We're actually at 69.98% of our revenue collected. Any questions?
If nobody got any questions, I'll move on, let Tony give us an update on what's going on in the county.
Thank you, Chairman. Just continuing to work with our solid waste, our advanced disposal contract services there. We just still working through some billing issues, trying to get everything squared. I know I still receive a fair amount of calls, and also just services providing, miss collections and things like that. And every time I call, they have been very responsive, so I don't know if it's, they probably have a high turnover rate with the drivers and the route and everything, but just continuing to work through the billing issues and services there. I know, Chairman, you get a fair amount of calls also.
And you're talking about the environmental fees?
Yeah, that continues to show up, and we have contacted Advance, and it should not, unless they're a commercial account. They've changed some billing software, and they, there's actually a fuel service charge on there that is adjusted quarterly based on the fuel price, and they split it out, and some of the residential bills still show the environmental fee. And Gary, I'm not sure if yours still.
They gave me like a $60 credit.
Okay, so that's a good deal. So
I
we're
guess
slowly getting them addressed. And I don't know if it'd be.
Well, I
an
only pay like
individual.
$85, my last bill was $23.
So, an individual, but I will say that they have been responsive to most of my requests.
And we still have some cans at the barn, are we still doing that?
We did, I think they actually, I talked with them about getting some more, because I think that we'd only got 5.
I have a letter here from my administrator, Tony Collins, that I'd like to read to everyone. It says, "Dear Chairman Lee and Commissioners, please accept this as my official notice of resignation as full-time county administrator, effective this date. I want to thank each of you for the opportunity to serve Lanier County and its citizens. I will make myself available as needed for a length of time determined by the board to help in any way possible during this transition period. Again, thank you for the opportunity and support you've given me and the leadership you have demonstrated and provided to the county." So, regretfully, we accept Tony, and I think everyone recognizes it's been a good 6 or whatever months it's been, and we really want to thank you. Don't know how much to say. Thank you for the transition period we've made, and I think just everyone in the county recognizes the leadership and the professionalism you bring to our office, and we would like to take you up on the part-time position. And like I said, let us all figure out, if this will work going forward, or if it's something we'll need to transition to something else. But for now, we say thank you for agreeing to stay on in that capacity, and we feel like it could work, going forward in the future. And just have to see, there could be some big economic boom hit Lanier County, and boy, that'd be great if it does. But for now, I think we feel safe that we can work this, position out in this capacity, so.
And I'd like to say also that he has been a great asset for us. I just can't thank him enough for what all he's done, and he is a great person to work with. So I just want to tell the board, good guy here.
Thanks, Terry.
Sir, anybody else? Anyway, well, thank you again, Tony, and we appreciate you staying on.
Sir.
On the old business, I noticed we had that pin in that gun discharge ordinance, but I think we tabled that. I mean, there's no need to, I think after the last meeting's discussion, we kind of determined or decided probably no more action would be necessary there.
Donald French gave me a phone call and was concerned that it had gotten tabled. And I told him just the way that you have to write it or for it to be written. A lot of people came in support of not having any ordinance. We would continue to look forward and maybe trying to resolve the problem.
Well, I think, to be fair to everybody, I think we should challenge him to get the homeowners association in full force, active, or whatever the correct terminology would be, because they're the ones that should be handling this, and like the other folks that came, I think we had 3 or 4 people that explained to us, look, there's some things out there that could handle this same problem, whether it be a noise violation or just whatever, disturbing the peace, whatever, and some other things. So it's just, I think that maybe, I don't know that ordinance is going to solve anything other than create more chaos. I guess for where you can use a gun and where you can't. And again, I think there's other